Oh, didn't see you there. Sorry, I was just texting one of my side bitches. It's your mother. We're going to play a sort of game for this video. I have here a can of beer, and what I'm going to do when I finish the can of beer is I'm just going to put it in that corner, and we're going to see how many cans of beer have accumulated by the end of the video. So you can pause now and, you know, place your bets in the comments below if you like. Sort of little fun play-along game you can do at home with me. So place your bets now, and we'll see how close you are at the end of the video, shall we? Ooh. Frothy boy. Now, I've spoken in the past about K-pop stands and about how they're a major fucking problem, and believe me, they're still a problem now. They're still just as bad. The Dream stands have kind of taken the limelight off them in the past couple of years, but I assure you, the K-pop stands are just as bad as they were back in 2019 when they were at the forefront of Twitter. It's just nobody really pays attention to them anymore because they've got better things to be worrying about, like, I don't know, a fucking pandemic. Anyway, what I'm getting at is the average K-pop stan is probably not good news. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to show you an extremist K-pop stan, one of the really fucking creepy ones. The man I'm about to show you has gone so far down the K-pop rabbit hole that he's beyond saving at this point. You know, some of them, there's a bit of hope. Maybe you can save them, maybe they can come out of this horrible point in their lives and go on to be actual productive members of society. But this guy, no, he's lost. He's fucked. This is Ollie London. He's a tumour, I mean K-pop superfan. He's been cropping up all over YouTube for a few years now, particularly in TLC-esque videos, you know, content of that sort of breed. He gained attention for having, I think, 15 plastic surgeries to look like Jimin from BTS, and he's not stopping either. Like, he's still going. This is a continuous process. That's the kind of fucking stupid we're dealing with here today. Now, I'm no therapist, far fucking from it, but, you know, I'd be willing to bet that this man needs help. Quite a lot of it. And to be fair, this isn't a unique thing to him. Pretty much every K-pop stan needs a lot of fucking help, but this guy, he should be at the front of the waiting list. If the K-pop stands are the orcs of Mordor, then this guy is Sauron. Alright, okay, maybe not Sauron, but he's definitely Ringwraith material. The Witch King of K-pop. So this man was already, you know, quite a well-known source of weird already, but quite recently, in the last few months, he's one-upped himself and truly gone for the gold medal, because, ladies and gentlemen, Ollie London has married a cardboard cutout of Jimin. I'm not shitting you. I wish I would. God help our species. Jimin is my idol. I spent a lot of money to look like him, and now I'm even married to him. No, you're not. Sorry to, like, cut in on this happy fucking delusion you're having, but you're not married to Jimin. You're married to a piece of dead tree. A piece of dead tree that has been skinned and pulped and printed to look vaguely like Jimin, but it's not Jimin. The COVID lockdown had this guy down bad. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know what I might do next with him. This is the happiest day of my life. So what? You intend to go further with this obsession? Like, this isn't even your final form? That's terrifying. Like, sorry, there's no sugarcoating this. That's fucking terrifying. Get some help. Maybe download Tinder. Just stop it. I can already hear some comments saying something like, oh, you know, this is his choice. He's perfectly within his right to do this. He's allowed. And yeah, you're quite right. He is allowed to do this. He's perfectly within his right. Just as I'm perfectly within my right to find it really, really weird. This man has legally married a piece of cardboard. I cannot stress that enough, and I cannot get my head round it. So like I said, anyway, marrying the dead husk of a tree is not Ollie London's first rodeo, so today I thought we'd have a bit of a closer look at him, check out a few videos, see what he's been doing up to this point in time, and see if we can delve into his depraved, nuclear apocalypse looking psyche together. Strap in, maybe get some of this, if you're of course over the age of whatever the drinking requirement is in your country. Fuck me, I'm never doing disclaimers again. Fuck that. Anyway, without further ado, let's dive into the mind of Ollie London, which I imagine will be like the end of the Shawshank Redemption, where Andy Dufresne crawls through 1.5 miles of literal human shit. Spoilers for a 30-year-old movie, by the way.
I want my entire look to look like Jimin. He's honestly my K-pop idol. Yeah.
I'm sorry to have to shit on your parade here, sir, but you don't really look like Jimin all that much. You look like maybe a really shitty action figure of Jimin that, you know, some sweatshop in China has quickly thrown together for a quick buck. You just look like you haven't been out in direct sunlight for 3 months. I wouldn't be surprised if this man is severely allergic to garlic.
Now these ones were expensive, 1,600, 650, 700, 790. This one is my most expensive clothing item. It was 7,000.
My man, how much fucking debt do you have? All this money on clothes, all this money on surgeries. I find it very hard to believe that you're financially stable. How are you not homeless? Like, this dude lives in London as well. London is not a particularly cheap place to live. I don't understand how this man hasn't ended up on the streets yet or gone completely bankrupt. This is incredible.
That one is actually an original photo of me. I'm trying to think how long ago this was. Maybe like 7 years ago, 8.
That is fucked up. I'm sorry, but that is just so fucked up. What have you done to your face? Jesus. You're actually a pretty decent looking guy before you did all this as well. Now you just look like a Ken doll that's been chewed by a 3-year-old.
Yeah, is there any way you could make my eyes look more like that kind of shape, like the almond
Yes,
shape?
that is doable.
One possibility,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so this man is now trying to... No, you know what? I need a minute, actually. I need a minute and probably another fucking beer as well. This man is currently trying to get his eyes narrowed so he can look more Asian. Are you demented? I'm sorry, but you genuinely look like a corpse in some of these shots, my man.
I actually look Korean now.
Oh yeah.
I actually look Korean.
Do you though? Are you quite sure about that? You look more sleep deprived than Korean to me. This is like when someone continually says to themselves, oh, this was a great idea, wasn't it? You know, in an attempt to rationalize it in their mind because they're doubting it. Same thing here. Wow, I actually look Korean, he keeps saying, in the hope that he'll eventually believe it. Oh, and by the way, you can bet your ass that this man now identifies as Korean. Yep. It gets so much worse from here. This is my new official flag for being a non-binary person who identifies as Korean. Thank you for the overwhelming support. It was so hard for me, etc, etc. Blah 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 blah. Who fucking cares? Look, if you want to identify as non-binary, go for it. I couldn't care less. But you're not Korean. I have to stress that. Like, you were born and raised in Britain. You're Caucasian. I would assume your entire family is Caucasian as well. And you can't change that. Like, your genetic makeup is Caucasian. You can't just identify as Korean because you put some Botox in your face. That's not how it works. Ollie, if you happen to be watching this video, and I appreciate that that is very unlikely, but in the event that you're here, maybe sit down for this next bit because Mother Moocake's about to carpet bomb you with a hot take. You are not, and never will be, Korean. Simple as that. Stop it. Also, why the fuck did you make a flag for this? Like, who else is going to use this flag? It is so useless. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I can't keep up with how many different fucking flags are appearing. I do not need this new vein of shit on top of all the other flags that already exist. Thank you.
So what do you guys think of the new look then? It's obviously very different. Like, what do you think?
The eyes are, it is taking me a little bit of time to adjust to actually because, yeah, it's...
Do you know it's still me? Do you feel like it's still me, or do I look more like Jimin?
I don't ever want to picture you like this pop star, to be honest.
Yeah.
Dude, his friends are fucking heartbroken, and she is definitely freaked out. Imagine that. Like, your best friend slowly starts turning into Loona, or Drake, or some shit like that. I don't know, what artists do normal people listen to these days? You get my point, though. Like, imagine that. Your friend just slowly disappearing and turning into someone else. That would just be heart-wrenching.
You know, I'm not going to get addicted.
I think we're past that.
I think we're past that, Ollie.
Yeah.
You think I'm addicted?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, okay. He genuinely doesn't think he's addicted. Fuck me. I know I started this video by acknowledging that this man is completely lost and beyond saving, but I didn't realise how lost he was. This is actually genuinely concerning at this point. I genuinely feel for his friends and family at this point. Like, seriously, because how fucked must it be to watch your child or your best friend slowly deteriorate into some weird waxwork looking figure? Even his flag, that wilted my soul enough on its own. I can't imagine how destroying it must be for, like, people in his personal life. Now, as far as I'm aware, the actual real Jimin, not the guy that looks like Jimin with third-degree burns, the actual real Jimin has heard about Ollie London. And so I went across the internet and started looking to see if he's, you know, done an interview about it or said something about it, but he hasn't. There's been zero word from Jimin or BTS in general concerning Ollie London, and I'm pretty sure that's because they don't want to fuel this hype. They don't want to give him any sort of, you know, attention or publicity, even if that publicity is negative. They just want to completely stay clear of it. And you know what? I can't blame the man. I wouldn't be surprised if there's, like, you know, restraining orders going through. Look, I'm going to have to conclude from all this that Ollie has some genuine, serious problems upstairs, and his behaviour implies that he's only going to get worse. This man has now stooped so low as to marry cardboard, so fuck knows what's going to happen next. I can only say that it won't be good. This man doesn't need any more plastic surgery. What he needs is a fucking therapist, and genuinely, memes aside for a second, I hope he gets the help he needs. And to all of you at home, I'd just like to very quickly remind you again that Ollie London and all of this behaviour is a result of obsessive stanning. Now, I have said this Christ knows how many times on this channel at this point, but stanning is bad for you. Physically, mentally, and literally, it's unhealthy for you. And Ollie London is literal, definitive proof of that. So please, for the love of God, don't stan, you moron. Or what? Do you want to end up looking like a window shop dummy, do you? Anyway, that's about it for this video. That's really all I can say on Ollie London, so I hope you enjoyed all that. And if you did, please stick around for this brief outro where I plug myself shamelessly. So in just over a week's time, on the 28th of August, I will be releasing a brand new album called Identity. I've been working on it since March 2020. It's 10 tracks long, and 2 of those tracks are actually currently out on my channel early already, so you can go have a listen to them if you're interested. The full 10-track album, though, will be coming out in about a week's time on the 28th on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music, all of which will be linked in the description below. And if you happen to be watching this video many months or years into the future, the album will be linked with them as well. Anyway, what I'm getting at is, if you could show it or throw it any kind of support, be it a like or even just a view, I would be tremendously grateful, because this is honestly one of the best things I've ever made, and genuinely quite personal as well. So anything helps, and thank you in advance for anything you can do. Oh wait, what's that? Moocake being serious? What a fucking bitch! Anyway, I'm signing off now, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye out for that album, and then, after it's finished releasing, keep an eye out for these shitload of commentary videos I'm going to have coming your way. There's a lot of lore coming your way very soon. Keep 'em peeled.